All right. Got to double check my monitor here. Make sure everything's working. Just give me a second. I always double check, especially when I go live with no sound. And it sounds good. All right, so that's what I wanted to do real quick. And welcome. It's Friday. I've had a lot of time actually. If you're watching the recording of this, welcome. Thank you. I really appreciate it. A lot of you guys are watching my recording, and it really is really helping me. It makes me want to do more live streams, and I think the live streams are really important. And one of the things Brent Eat More Possum on the stream has been saying is, hey, why don't you move your live stream back out into the no-fly zone? And I actually today I spent a whole bunch of time today cleaning it up. I actually took a power sprayer to it, just got all the grime out of there, cleaned up my carpet out there. I've got an outdoor mat that I put some soap on and power sprayed that off. Got the walls clean, just got the grime out of there. So when I go in there, it'll feel good again. Over time, sometimes you get spaces, and if you don't keep them clean and tidy, it tends to, you know what I'm talking about. If anybody, if you have not ever watched any of the early No Fly Zone, let me see if I can find one for you guys. See if I can find my any of my old dad random right when I got it finished. Let's see if I can get, there we go. Oh, this is actually this one here is a gem. Oh my gosh. I'm going to share this with you. So give me a second here. So this is, I still have that shirt too. I should wear that. That's actually a shirt from Sean. Hey, there's the Mario 5. I'm coming back to that. Give me a second here. I just want to go outside really quick. There we go. So this is this is Dad Random. No, look at how nice and clean the concrete is. I did a really good job cleaning it up. So this is actually just, I'll just play it quiet. But I'm setting up my camera and I'm getting ready to do an outdoor. Oh, look at how nice and neat everything is. And I still haven't even trimmed it out yet. So that doesn't even have the concrete or the stonework that I put on there yet. Looks good though. I actually could have left it just like that and gave it a little bit more clean look. But that's the beginning, when the no-fly zone was just being put together, and I did some of my first broadcasts in there. So yeah, hey Addicted, how you doing? So hey, thank you, I appreciate it. I am seeing the stream coming through. I'm just kind of going back a little bit in time here today. But this is some old footage from one of my earlier live streams, and I just and I'm thinking about bringing it back outside. Doesn't it look like I was having way more fun? It looks like I have a mini 2 back there. I've got a tumbler freaking loaded down with brewski. Oh man, those were some good times. So maybe I need to go back out there. And that's actually when I was first trying to think, see if I was going to go start, with the FPV. So, hey, thank you. Hey, Addicted, I'm not, I actually appreciate that comment. So I'm going to tell you why. Let me just stop really quick so I can talk directly to you. When I first started this whole channel thing, what I did was I kind of looked and reflected on why I got into it in the first place, and one of them was that what I did was organic, Okay, organic meaning I really don't plan out a much except for my topic. Like for example, today I'm going to talk about the Avata 2. Okay, but once I get going, and there's other things that happen within the FPV world, the drone world. So anyway, I just wanted to thank you, appreciate it. Hey James popping in. Hey, all right. I actually, if I do have any, I think I gave my subscriptions last time, but I give every once a month, I give 5 free subscriptions away. Actually, YouTube incentivizes us, so I don't require you to do anything. What I do is I've got, actually this time of year, I've got a lot of videos coming up. We're going to start getting more products coming out, and I'll give you guys a sneak peek. And what I want to do is get some stickers and things like that to, to make it a little bit more fun. I'm working on it. I had another goal in mind for this last couple of months, and the goal was to become a builder. I want to be successful building, and guys, I am one cable away. I am one single cable away from completing my first 5-inch build, and it is an amazing build. I got over all of the cobwebs have now left my brain. Some of them. I mean, I still have a few, and I have about a 95% completed project sitting in front of me. So anyway, hey, Addicted, let me get you in here, moderated. So all our members are moderated, both Kai and I. Kai's actually out of town. He's out for Easter. I spent the day cleaning up the no-fly zone today. So I was outside cleaning up my no-fly zone space. Okay, so if you remember, this is the old no-fly zone space. This is when it was fresh. You could see I had nothing painted. I had just got the concrete in. All the countertops were laid out. It was really nice. It was very raw. Today there's more color and more stuff going on. I got my TV up and everything. But thank you. I really appreciate you guys. I do. Hey, so since you guys are here, and let's see, the Addicted Angler, are you a different person, or is that the same? Is that the same person? I don't know. Here, I'll add them both. I'll add both your channels as standard moderators. But Thomas, hey, how you doing? Hey. Now I will be hitting the Avata 2. Okay, we're coming. We're getting there. Okay. I do have some comments. I do want to talk about a couple of things. Guys, I've done a lot of flying. I know some of you guys have done way more flying than me, maybe from a building standpoint, but I'm very proud of something right now. Okay. I'm very proud of something. Let me show you this. So you guys, are there any builders on the stream right now? Or any of you FPV builders, meaning that you have completed maybe multiple projects? You would say you're a veteran FPV builder. Any of you guys can make that claim? Here, I'm gonna go over. We're gonna flip over really quick to my current build. Just give me a second here. So I'm gonna move because I wanna use this as some comparisons in a minute. I'm gonna push it to the side. One of the things that came up in some of the recent videos was this. So we'll talk about this project here. Now my face that's okay. The face is going out, but what we're really talking about is this. This is a mostly completed Mario 5. This thing is pretty much done. The only thing I've got left, I had a couple of problems. So let me just flip my camera for a second over here. And so when Kai and I when I first finished, when I had everything laid out, a couple of problems came up. One was the direction to put the VTX. Okay, what direction am I going to put the connectors back? Okay, the connectors for my my antenna. I did decide to go GPS, so we've got the GPS cable. Okay, so this is what happened. This was my big problem. When I initially plugged in some of these JST connectors, I didn't do a really good job at seating them. So right away when I did my initial fire up, okay, so I finally did get my smoke stopper. We're good there. When I did fire it up, I didn't get the passback signal. So the ESC it was not firing up, and with the controller, okay, so with the flight controller. So anyway, we had that at the beginning, but it really turned out clean. I've got a couple of things to do. I've got to secure these wires. I am going to change. I'm going to change the tape out. I'm going to go from this tape, which is just plain old electrician's tape, and I do have some black duct tape that I'm going to cut into very small strips, and that'll look much cleaner. But everything's ready to go. I decided on the front power because I wanted to have the ability to slide my battery. Okay, so we decided to put our XT60 in the front. But when you do that, it changes the direction of your flight controller. So you'll look at my flight controller and you'll notice that it's backwards. Okay, it's facing backwards. And because it's facing backwards in beta flight, you have to flip it. And I learned to flip it. So I got this set up. We learned to flip it. I actually built and had to change out this cable right here. This main cable was not in line with the connections on the flight controller. So I had to repin this cable. So I successfully got a really nice. I thought all the solders turned out really good. Everything really turned out good. She's solid. I am very proud of this bird. There's really nothing I would change except for I don't think I'd change anything. I like the concession I made with bringing the power to the front. I think this does offer a little bit more freedom than shoving everything in the back, to having all of that stuff just shoved into the back. I mean, just think of all the important wires you'd have back here. So we're good to go here. We've got this is already firing up. We've already checked it out. I've got a cable coming. So my flight controller cable has to go all the way from back here. It has to flip all the way over the top, and then it has to come in here. So I needed an extra long cable. So Kai and I got to talking, and he's like, Chris, you need to learn how to pin your own cables. Okay. And so I did. So now I know how to set up all my own JST cables. I'm actually sending out for kits, and I'm going to build all of my own cables. So the next time I make another quad, I'm going to have the ability to customize everything. So anyway, you can see that, no, it's looking good. It's a really nice looking quad. It'll be, once we get it covered up, once we get it tricked out, I mean, it's going to be, I've got yellow props. Everything's supposed to come today. My cable's supposed to be here today. Everything, it just trims out nice. I kept the stock skids on it. There are some issues with the antenna placement that I'm gonna work out. Kai is saying that I should figure out a way to install my ELRS antenna vertically like this. And that is something that I'm going to think about in future builds because I think I'm getting some dead spots in my transmission. So we've got that back here. Even though we'll get lights that show up through here, and all I've got to do is hook up my antenna wires, which I just put it together for the stream. So anyway, I'm done with that. I just wanted to show you guys. So this will be, once I get my cable, I'll run my cable over, connect up my antennas, put it together, screw it together, bang, I've got my OSD set up. Guys, I learned so much from that project. I learned just absolutely a ton. So I'm just really proud of it. I'm almost as proud as, probably a little bit more proud than I was when I completed my, you guys got to fix this camera right here. We good there? Yeah, it's pretty good. So I'm almost as proud as I was when I finished the bird behind me, the big, this one. So any of you guys have followed my channel, this was the first build I ever did. And this was not knowing anything about quadcopters. This thing is just a beast. Look at that. Look at the flight controller on that. Just huge. It's a computer literally on top. But this does not use what's called the serial port. When this drone was first developed, actually when it was first developed, it was cheap, so they didn't use a serial connection, which would have decreased the amount of wires going everywhere. So when they started to put serial connections to connect up your ESCs and all, look at how big those ESCs are. You can see I already blew one, and I had to fix that. All of these, look at these bundles, man. I freaking bundled them up. I mean, that's some freaking serious weight. But and those are 10-inch props on there. Probably too big for those motors. Those are 950 kV or something like that. They're way huge. These motors are barely turn these props. The battery and management on it, it flies. It does fly. But anyway, I've gone a long way. When I got this to fly, I was really proud. I'm like, oh my God, I just made a drone and it flies. The one I just did is just years apart. There's so much technology that has gone into the new flight controllers, and everything's been miniaturized so much. But this one is my baby. It's the first. And my first attempt at a quad was this one. This one Kai ended up finishing. Super tight build, very nice, super tight. Now I can do this. I know I can do this. So, and that's kind of the stages you go through, But yeah, that is a monster. Anyway, I know I was off task there, but that's partly what the stream is all about. Is just showing, you start with one idea, and then you work your way through. And I get a lot of people that comment on, do you know this or do you know that? And yeah, I've flown almost every DJI bird ever made, from the Phantom 3 all the way through. I've flown and owned every single DJI bird except for the Enterprise Series birds. I've never bought any of those. They're too expensive. That's not me. I started out with the early minis. I flew in all of the FPV series. I understand how those work. And now I'm putting in my own air units into, and I love the O3 air unit, by the way. So I love the O3. The O3 is miles ahead of what's going on in a lot of other flight controllers. And the biggest mistake I might be making right now is my conversion over from just going straight DJI to my own transmitters. Going to ELRS. And the reason why I'm going to ELRS is because it gives me more freedom. So, when I put in my own transmission system, I own that now. I don't have, DJI doesn't, I can pretty much find any other VTX that is compatible. I've got all the Vistas. I've got now the RunCam Link series. I've got the original air units. They're still out there, the O3 air units, and they all work with the same system. So, all right, that was a lot. That was a lot to say. Yeah, and I agree. Drone Delirium, the O3 is wonderful, but it is freaking god-awful expensive. If we could get the O3 about $180, and I'm learning, hey, Drone Delirium, the thing I'm learning is that, here, let me put you guys up here. I just thought it would be fun to look at one of my old videos. Let me see if I can find another one. Hold on here. one of the other no-fly zones. Maybe one that's a little newer. Where's the newer ones? Anyway, this is not what we're about today. It's not what we're about. But that's actually 3 years ago. This one that I was showing you guys. Look at my God. Okay, I got to show you this. This is this is 3 years ago. Right there, look at that. That's actually a frame that I never put a control system in. Look at that frame. That is huge. I still have it, by the way. I was gonna build that, and I still could do it. I know how I'd do it, but it's just so big. Gosh, look how big that thing is. I'm having fun too. And that's the one thing when I started to build the Mario 5, I wanted to have fun again. You know, I wanted to have fun. And this really, by completing this project, I brought back the enjoyment to my channel. And the enjoyment was missing. I kind of looked to Kai to answer all my questions, you know, and I was intimidated because I had failed so miserably on the Kai 2, and Kai had to rescue me from that build. And I'm like, I am going to do another build by myself. Obviously, I'm going to call you every time I run into a snag, but you're going to make me do this thing. You're not going to give me an out. And if I make a mistake, I got to fix it. And we did. He walked me through it. He helped me self-diagnose all my mistakes. And we've got a working quad. So, and if any of you guys that have not done a build, or if you're thinking about building, and it's something you're interested in thinking about doing, I highly recommend that you try. I'm just trying to move that over. I highly recommend that you try. It's really rewarding, and it's liberating. You get to do the things that, this is when I think Brent gave me these, what am I doing? I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm still looking at this old video. I'm looking through old gear. Yeah, I went through all my old stuff. So, the controller mod and all this. Yeah, just if you wonder what I'm looking through, I'm looking at this right there. So anyway, there's the interest is still here, and I'm excited. I'm like reborn. So this new FPV series that has just come out, this new FPV series that has just out is I am excited about. Okay, I'm just gonna put away my my curmudgeon. Okay, I'm going to go back to, this new Avata. And I am now not a curmudgeon anymore. I am just a skeptic. All right. I'm not hating on it. I'm not going to hate on it anymore. All right. And I do have the video here. Let's do this here. Let's put, on my main screen here. Let's do this. Let me find something for you guys. Let's go to let's see, media source. What's going to be Avata leak. This is the Avata 2 leak, right? And this is okay, just so I can talk about it, and then I will loop it, use hardware encoding, close it when it's inactive. Hit browse. Let's find it. I think it's right here. This is Igor Bogdanov's right here video. I'll just put it right there on this corner. And this one is, I'd say, the most detailed one of the videos that have come out. Okay, so we get a chance to see the controller. And here, so I'm going to back up really quick to that controller really quick. And you'll notice a couple things about it. First of all, there's not a lot that has really changed. Okay, power buttons are still where power buttons are supposed to be. except for we now do not have this antenna. I do not know how that is going to affect this control system. I really don't. One of the things I'm disappointed at is the gimbals do not look like they have been, we have not done anything to correct this gimbal system. And I know you can change out these. I have changed out the sticks on these gimbals, but this one I've got kind of semi loosened up. You see where you can keep it down, you know? I've got it still kind of like with a little bit of tightness there so I can hold it down there. But I don't know. I can fly pretty good with this controller. I do like the way it feels, but I have confusion when I go back and forth between controllers of just remembering start and stop. There's a brake button there. We got 3-position switch, 3-position switch. We've got our specialty switch up here, which you can do for crash flip. But this is the pause button right here. So that's kind of your emergency brake, but it's on the wrong side of the controller. So when you get into a bind and you want an emergency brake, we're always looking on our fail-safe side and not on the braking side. So anyway, I'm listening here. Airbody, Avata. Let's see. I just want to read some of your comments on this. Let's see. I'm going to go back to when I was still talking about building. You're an old school balsa builder, so yeah, you go way back. I actually go back that far too. I'm 50. I'm 55. I'll be 50. I think I'll be 56 this year. So I went back to the radio control, line control, that kind of stuff. You're taking your Avata to the beach, James? Hey, James. Hey, check this out. James, not going to lie. Okay, not going to lie. Let me show you. Let's put the Mario 5 over here. Mario 5, I'm hoping I can fly today. If my cable, I'm going to make this cable. I was thinking about just making a cable or taking two cables and just putting them together, just making a longer cable. I mean, I could have done that. I'd have been flying by now. I'm trying to be patient, guys. I'm trying to learn the art of patience. So, but all right, yeah, there she is right there. I still got the red props on there, James. I did have to cycle my batteries just recently too. I'm keeping this. I'm not selling it. I'm either going to keep flying it in its current form, or I'm going to convert it to the Axie 2. I'm going to convert it to a 3.5 inch. That's still a possibility. I'm not intimidated by that project like I was before. I think I can do it. It's a modular project. There's really not a lot of places that you have to be creative. The problem with this, and the reason why the Avata 2 is going to be a better drone, is the motors are going to be better. Okay, if you look at these motors right here, if you look at the stators, you look at the motor build, the new motors are going to be more like a 2005. I think Kai was saying something like that. A 2005. I think that's the motor. I'm looking at. More of a motor like this is a long range motor, by the way. This is a 2004, I think. Let's see. Let's see the Eco 2. But these are 6S. You can see how much wider. So these are a very efficient motor. So the Avata 2 is going to be a combination of more efficient motors with a larger prop. And the battery they were actually able to reduce the size of the battery because I think battery technology took a small jump. They might have different battery chemistry. But I did put out a post here. Let me show you right here. Let me just go to my most recent post here. See if I can find the last one I did. Talking about the batteries. I did a lot of posting lately. Right here. So this goes to one of the older images. So let me just switch it over to that. So this post I did, it said that we can confirm that the new Avata 2 2150 mAh 14.76 volt, 31.74 watt hour battery is actually smaller in the new Avata. So the new Avata is actually going to more efficiency. And this is from Kai. Kai is I'm like, how are you going to make that thing fly 18 minutes? And his answer was, you're going to, first of all, change the firmware. You're not going to allow the user as much input. So they don't want us to fly with with this controller, because this is inefficient. They can't control it as much. Okay. So the new battery is going to be a 2420. Okay. Let's see. Oh, excuse me. That is the new battery. Sorry. The one in the original was a 2420, and they're going to a 2150. So they actually dropped the mAh value by about 300. So it possibly could be a lighter battery. 14.76 volts, same voltage, but the watt hour is more, or is less, slightly less. So 35 watts down to 31.74 watts, about almost 32 watts. So they actually reduced the size of the battery to save weight, which obviously didn't change the performance. They changed the flight software to change the inputs. So probably you're going to have to fly more efficiently, which is pretty interesting. I thought that was a very interesting, idea. You're a 56 and a drone addict. The Boxer. Yeah, Kai gave me my X-Lite that I'm using right now, and I'm not going to change until I got to master that first. So I'm getting better that way. I'm not just discarding stuff and saying, since it's not new, it's not good. So, and I've got a perfectly good working controller right now, the X-Lite that Kai was so nice giving me. I really, really appreciate that. He's also given me a new module for it that we just set up. So this is the module that we put on here. This is a Radio Master ELRS module. So I think I have this. We set it up this week to 500 watts. So, or milliwatts, 500 watts, 500 milliwatts. Yeah. So this is not a full, or 500. Is it milliwatts? Yeah. Anyway, so it's not going to give you the power. I think the Boxer, I think that's where the Boxer, I think, goes a full watt, right? 0.5. Anyway, you guys correct me, please. Okay, but yeah, so that's what I'm using now, and we're pretty set up right now. I think we're in a good spot. I'm just excited to fly the other one. If I do fly the Mario 5, I will put up a video this weekend. I'll get one up right away. If I fly today, I'll have it up by tonight. That's how excited I am to post a video on that build, because I am super excited. It's a huge step for a Boxer is 1 watt. Thank you, Drone Delirium. I got Kai is constantly like catching me on my mistakes, which is good, because when I originally brought Kai onto that stream, actually 3 years ago, and when I made that other video, he was watching my stream going, oh my gosh, this guy's nuts, and he was giving me little hints and tricks and pushing me forward. I'm like, why don't I just get Kai on the stream? And then we just kept it up. He said, hey, why don't we split the stream, and I'll help. And I'm still trying to build his channel. I would. It's just, he's kind of lost he doesn't need that. He likes the problem solving. He really likes the Tech Tuesday live stream. I would just love to build the Tuesday live stream bigger. It deserves more than what it's getting. I think we could build it bigger. I think we could easily monetize his channel on it with just that live stream. And it's just a matter of maybe me putting more time in to get people over there to recognize that his channel if we get it to 1,000, we should be able to. There's no reason why we shouldn't. So I'm going to actually maybe do a little bit more on my stream to try to get his up, because I really like that stream. I think that stream is super technical. We can really tackle a lot of problems there. And it's a really good, it's a useful stream for the people that we bring in, you know, which are people our age, you know, guys that are just tinkering with the idea, people that maybe are getting a little bit bored with GPS, or even still, you know, solidly doing GPS. So, hey, more possum, how you doing? What's up, Brent? So anyway, I'm trying to breathe here. But yeah, so we know we've got a lighter battery, probably more slender and a little longer, and that's what I'm noticing in the video. So let's go and check that video out. Let's go back. I'm going to go back to the current video. This is the one that's out now. And you can tell that, like I said, that controller, I'm gonna back that up just a hair. And I don't want any sound there. We don't need any sound from that. I'm kind of weirded out by that person's long fingernails. That's just, you know. But I gotta right there. So there's the back end. Nothing's really changed. Still the same. We're still going to have to change out the little rubber things to adjust the stick. I really don't like that. I'm guessing, okay, from my experience, right? From my experience flying DJI products, right? Here, let me get you guys back up here. From my experience flying DJI products, we could expect a 12 to 14,000 foot range with a controller without the flip up. 12 to 14,000 feet in range. Why am I saying that? Because I think about the RC1. The RC1 did not have an external antenna. It had internal patch antennas. Actually, it had 2. This one actually is supposed to have 4 antennas. So it must have 2 linear and 2 patch inside of the controller. That's pretty crazy, actually, if you think about it. I don't know why. This is just nice little. It's a very nice little flip up. I really thought that was well engineered. I don't know why they didn't split up there. Obviously, they're looking for compactness, but to me, that's super compact, you know. All right. But once again, I just want you guys to know, if I do, let's double check. I'm going to see if we have any fan funding. Yeah, I don't have a membership gift. Let's see. Membership gift. Let's see. Oh, here we go. Hey, you guys are on. Hey, it's a new month. Okay. Hey, if you stick around till the end of the stream, I'm going to gift out 5 new memberships. So that's free. You don't have to do anything. It's just from me to you. Appreciation. It doesn't cost you anything. And yes, I will be putting out member only content, but it's usually just short term. You guys that do not have those, you get to use the fun little emojis, which is cool. I will be updating my emojis. So yeah, I will have 5 new gifts. So I'm going to give those out before the end of the stream. Alrighty. Cool. I'm excited for that. That to me, I love that. I'm just squeezing that down there a little bit. I love this big monitor. I got this 50-inch monitor sitting in front of me, this big cinema monitor. Freaking A, man. Talk about gifting. That was my Christmas present. But, all right, so I'm going to do that before we leave. All righty. We'll gift out those 5 memberships and I'm going to update now. I'm going to keep the Steve icon on there. I'm probably going to take out maybe the Go-Go Bird and maybe update that to maybe Avata 1 and Avata 2. Maybe I'll have some fun with those. So, all right. So here we go. I still want to see if there's anything on that controller that I can, add. Let's see if I can do picture in picture. Nah, I'm trying to see if I can make it bigger for you guys. Yeah, here There we go. That guy. There we go. Sometimes I can't control it. There we go. This is a Mac, guys, so you have to bear with me, okay? All right. It's all freaking blurry. What the heck was up with that? This is Igor Bogdanov's. We'll watch it a couple of times. So really not a lot of changes. I'm looking for switch differences. Here, let me go back really quick to that. Obviously, we're looking at a 1/1.3 inch camera. And then we're looking at a joystick there. Looks the same, just different color. Forward and back, center joystick. We have a brake button and a. Now this right here I thought was very important for us to see is the split nose, where now there's a thin foam rubber or some foam rubber that will push over and allow it to sit down over our nose a little bit. I still see inside there, the card is still there. Not the card, I mean the, what is that? Is that a card? Maybe that is a card slot in there. They moved the card slot to the inside of the goggles. And then you've got that light leak sensor. Now I do see the optics in that one too. Yeah, it has the Mavic color. Yeah, it does. It has that darker color. Yeah, I'm not. Oh man, like that dude needs to cut his fingernails or stop snorting cocaine. One of those things. Let me tell you something. I haven't seen fingernails like that since the 80s. So, guys, I'm just saying that's what I see. Okay, I don't mind the tats. You can tat all you want, but the long fingernails, oh my boy. Okay, all right. Is that my showing my age? But I don't think they look as bad as I thought they were going to. Now, this is going to sit more upright in here on my forehead. So it won't be the squeeze. It's going to be mostly kind of sitting down. I really like the adjustment knob on the back. I really like that from the Integras. I really missed that. But the battery was really crappy. You get 2 flights. I do like the adjustments, the optics. So you can adjust, I think, from 0 to 3, 3 times, 3 plus, for readers. So hopefully they tested it on non-Asian noses. My nose, your nose has girth. I got a skinny little nose, so the padding does look comfortable. If we look back, I'll let it play out here. It'll just repeat. So let's go and let it watch it again here. And then I want you to see the, here, let's go and make it stretch it out a little bit further. So we still have the same switches. There's really no change at all. There is something underneath. Maybe that is an opening where you can make the adjustments faster. That would be on the wrong side though. You see where his thumb is right there? You see this little thing right in here? Let's see if, let me see as he play that. There we go. Yeah, that's interesting. Maybe that's a switch. So we did find something different there. Yeah, I agree. The padding does look more comfortable. So I really do. Let's just look at it from the perspective of look at that. Look at the scroll wheel. Okay. Let me show you this up close. That is a metallic scroll wheel. Okay, that's metal. They made it plastic. That's a cost savings. See that? You see that plastic scroll wheel now? Oh my Lord. They took off the antenna. They made the scroll wheel plastic. That's two things that they downgraded. But we did get something on the right-hand side. So if you look at the way he's holding it in his left hand, okay, no, that is the scroll wheel side. Interesting. That's a flipped video. This is, yeah, so this is, yeah, that's the thumb side. So yeah, they made an adjustment area so you don't have to open up the rubber. That is an advantage. That is an opening so you don't have to peel up the rubber. Now they have an adjustment so you can loosen up the stick. That is cool. Guys, you've heard it. You've heard it here. Dad Random, first time. Guys, that is that is a huge step forward for the controller. Is so you don't have to, peel open this rubber right here. So now they have a little port. They're doing that shot on a phone that's got a reversed image. It's got a mirror image, so everything looks the opposite. So left is right, right is left. So telling you, man, we are, Kai and I, we are like the magicians when it comes to looking at gear. We've been looking at so much gear. And the ergonomics of this, in many ways, is very good. Okay. What do I like about this controller? I like that it feels good. It fits very nice in the hand. The thumb switches are where my thumbs are. There's no, you see this right here? That's missing. That is an air, that looks like something for venting. They took the vent out. This one has a vent. That one doesn't have a vent. So they stopped venting it for whatever reason. Maybe that antenna pulls out. Maybe instead of flipping up, that antenna pulls up. Think about that one. Is that a possibility? Maybe they're trying to save that little tidbit of excitement for us later. Okay. They don't like you to look inside their stuff. That's true. So I do too. I love to see how stuff works. I think that's a very interesting. They've definitely cut costs in certain places, and they changed that antenna. I wouldn't be surprised if that antenna pops out. Okay, like an N1 antenna where it slides forward. I do not see any potential for it holding a phone or anything like that. I don't see that at all. It just looks, if it does move out, it would be just for antenna purposes. But that is a possibility. We do not know because that person is not using it. So until we actually see somebody using that, we will not know. Okay, let's see if we can discover anything else about this video. Oh, nope, that isn't. All right. I'm taking it back. That is a sticker. Crap. It's a sticker. Did you guys see that? Oh man, I'm embarrassed. That is a sticker. Let's go back. I'm gonna go back in the video. I've got to. So yeah, let's go back on this video just a hair. Right there. That's a sticker. I screwed up. I just I thought I was onto something. I'm not. It's just a freaking sticker right there. Just a sticker. Gosh. Nope, we still got to open it up. Oh man. How hard would it have been to put a little port there where you could just get a screwdriver in, Maybe a little, I don't know. Oh, stop stripper teasing us. Oh, I know. I thought I had something there. That's why we keep looking at it. Guys, the thing about me is I'm not going to edit that out. I'm going to leave it there. Okay, I made a mistake. But yeah, you see right there where it says Avata 2, that's backwards. We do have the right side of the controller, but we're still going to have to open it up. We're still going to have to open the grippy up, go inside, turn the cranks. Maybe if they put a couple of like some thumb screws there so you can turn the cranks without using a tool. That is really a nightmare when you're in the field and you want to adjust that. Say you want to fly without the, with the sticks locked. You really have no way of doing that unless they have some kind of flippy switch in there. But that doesn't exist. So, all right, moving on. Let's move on. We just dispelled my rumor. So basically, I still think that antenna comes out. Look at that. That is a dual patch antenna. Do you see how it's angled? So you've got two angles like this. Okay, kind of like that. We've got an upward and a downward angle, like it's separating the signal out. Still got three position rocker switches. But we do have now a new plastic switch on the left-hand side. That would be your left. That's his right. Everything's the same. But that very interesting antenna array, we do not know what it's doing. Until we see somebody fly, we will not know. And so we're not seeing anything else besides the angle of that antenna. Okay, so the bottom of the Avata, we know it has some pretty good sized venting. All right, so there are two sets of vents in there. This video so crappy. Let's go back. Let me see if I can go back in here. Let's go back tab. I just want to back it up just a hair. So when he's right there, right to that, right there, that's a really good image there. You see the venting. So you can see the venting right here. And there's some venting down here. And then of course you've got the antenna, the sensor, the bottom facing sensor. Nothing else. The only thing we learned from the most recent image is that there are rear and bottom facing. We'll talk about that in a second. So let's just finish this one here. Of course, he's going to take that out. There's our, like I said, there's our 1/1.3 inch camera. That is going to give us just awesome video. I am very impressed with the 1/1.3 sensor. I really like it. If that's all they put on all their quads for the next 10 years, we wouldn't be hurt one bit by that. Yeah, it made sense to me too earlier. It did. But the same thing with maybe put that antenna coming out. That would really help. But I do like the molded design. I really like the material they use. It is very robust. So if I go to our Avata, I really like this heavy molded plastic they use. This thing has been through quite a few crashes, and look at it. Looks great. I really like this. I think this was just a really good design. There's just not a lot about it that I don't like. I don't even mind this aftermarket stuff here. I really thought that Sunny Life really came through by this the battery ejection. I'd say if I owned this, I would never not have this little piece of plastic here. The batteries are good. I'm very happy with the flight times on here. Not concerned one bit. And not as excited about the 3-bladed aftermarket. I would for sure have a 4-bladed prop on here. Kai believes that the 5-bladed prop is the way to go. I'll probably, when I get sick of these, I'll probably put the 4s back on. So, but these motors, it would be nice if we could just take the motors off and just flip, just switch out the motors. But the ESCs can't handle maybe they could. I don't know. Bardwell said they can. That you could literally just change out the motors and use a different ESC. Or with the same ESCs. Just put more powerful motors on and keep the same prop size. Just over 2 inches, a 2.5-inch prop out, right? So now you see these sensors here? The new Avata does not have those bottom facing sensors. They moved them to the back. So we'll look at that in a second. All right. but still love this bird. I have no reason to sell it. It's got a purpose to fly. The video out of it comes out great. There's no reason. I've seen these really cheap on the market. So if you have not ever flown one of these and you want to fly this before you go to any new Avata platform, and the price gets right, I would say the price on these, like $300. You're going to find an aftermarket one of these where you can you'll sell it to you without a battery. Just buy it without a battery, and then buy your own batteries. Just buy these separate. I will, if I do buy an Avata 2, I will buy the most basic kit they have. I'll have to purchase that, and then I'll buy an extra battery. 2 batteries to me has been fine. I don't have the battery chargers. I know people that actually charge these up using their own aftermarket chargers and seem to be doing fine. But so anyway, we got some good stuff going there, don't we? Let's move on. Let's move on with our observations. So we've got a much bigger camera. It looks like the mount for the ND filters are going to be. I'm kind of going away from NDs. I don't know if I'll buy one for that. I like the video coming out of it so much. Do you think an 04 unit is coming out? Yeah, eventually. I don't think soon, and it'll be too expensive. I don't, we're already paying $225 or $230 for an 03. The 03 system is good. You just gotta, if you shock mount your camera, if you just take care of mounting your camera, your 03 is awesome. You get really good flight distances. You get amazing video that you can stabilize with GyroFlow. And if you don't like the color grading on it, just mess around with it in post. But the one over 1.3 is going to be so good. We're going to get some beautiful video. Some of these test videos coming out are going to blow us away. So, you like how my tune is changing today? All right, let's play it out. All right, let's see. We're gonna. There we go. There we go. We have a really good view of the air. A lot of air management for this one that you don't get with this other one. Okay, the air management is very different, and you get no bottom facing sensor except for the back, at the very back. Okay, so let's go back to. Let's go back to this one right there. Okay, you see those 2 big sensors there? They moved those all the way to the back. See how pristine that thing is still? Guys, you never know that this thing is 2 years old already. It's just crazy. So, looks good. Very happy with what that Avata 2 is looking like. You hope that, yeah, that, to me, hey, Drone Delirium, that's what I'm thinking, is when the 04 comes out, the 03s are going to be all over the place, and they are the golden goose. 03s, I've got 2 03s right now. And now that I can build, I've got one here that I can take out, which I probably won't. I told Kai that I need to keep this one kind of for a while. This is a very unique drone, a 5-inch long range. And of course now I have the Mario with the 03 in it, and we're still paying $230 for a. But every once in a while, if you get a little extra cash, just buy an 03 and just leave it on your build bench, and just keep it, save it, and then just maybe flip it between your quads. A lot of us are already doing that. The 03s are very easy to move from quad to quad. They're very easy. They're very compact. And they are very resistant to a lot of environmental forces such as heat. I really am very happy with the 03. I wish they could have. If I can remount this camera, which I'm looking very actively to do, I am going to make this 03 system in here to be first class, because this has got a lot of advantages. This flies amazing, and it has a long range camera. Okay, there's how Kai's got the ELRS in this one. So that's the ELRS antenna. So I just have to get a better mounting system. Just got to look around. They come up. Okay, so there we go. So we have a very good air management system. So we've got a lot of air flowing through that thing. Let's keep it going, see if we see anything else. The one thing I do have a question about is the props, the 3-bladed, but I do like the what do you call them? The gem, not the gem fan, the hurricane style prop. I do like that. I do like the hurricane props. Okay. All right. We can't watch a video unless we see this. I'm just going to compare it to the other one I have. The only thing they did was they put a joystick here. Pretty much same thing. You've got a emergency stop button. You've got your, your whatever the hell button that is. And then you got your big ass button. It freaking sucks. This thing is such a pain in the ass. But the battery life on it works pretty good. I mean, I can fly with it. You just got to learn to move your wrist left and right, Just don't, anyway, don't do anything else to it. But just very unique. Don't like it. We'll just leave it there. And of course, the 03 system is, the 04 OcuSync, which is basically another adaptation to 03, which works really good. You can fly for days with 03. What is 04 going to give you that 03 didn't? I don't know. We don't know. We haven't had any. And of course, there's your brake button, forward and back. Mine doesn't have a brake button. You don't need a brake button when you can push. I think the brake, that's the lock button. So the big brake, but that's the brake right there. So the brake button now is the thumb, so you go here and then reverse it. Now you've got a brake, so you can slow down instead of just stop immediately. Slow down, go backwards. Now we're getting to the last little bit of what I want to talk about today, the reverse sensors. And we'll go look at those in just a second. So there's our close-up right there. Same buttons, different application of those. And you got the scroll wheel on the right. You notice there's a scroll wheel. I believe that's for changing the tilt of your camera on the right. You see right above that long fingernail there? I can't stop looking at. James, when I bought the Avata 1, it took me a long time to buy into the idea. It really did. I didn't just buy it on release day. So that's where my skepticism comes. I know it's going to fly well. I know it's going to be a really good drone. I'm not saying that. If it's got a long range capability, I'm into that because I've got very distant targets that I have to hit when I'm flying where I'm at. I like the fact that I can get some range. And this thing will do that. It'll give me range. To me is time. And with this drone, it's all about time. How much time in the air can you stay with it? Because that gives you the early Mini 1, Mini 2 distances. And you start getting out there, a couple of miles. I don't really need to be out with an FPV that far. FPV, you're usually skirting cliffs. This could be a Red Mountain category, or this could be a Red Mountain buster. I did not bring the Avata 1 to the Red Mountain, even though I could have flown it down. I don't trust the controller. I don't have the control of that. If this new controller gives me more control, if I have a little bit more technical control with it, I might fly the Red Mountain with this thing. It'll be the first FPV that will conquer the Red Mountain. So I'm gonna be very skeptical with the reviews. I'm very interested, obviously. DJI always does, they never disappoint. It's always something very unique. You can tell my tune is changing. But am I a buy on the first seconds of the sale person? With no care refresh, they fixed my Mini 2 for free with no care refresh. Nice. Guys, the Mini 2 is the best budget drone out there. It's better than the SE because you got full 4K. If they would take the SE, widen it up so you can get a little bit more, you know what I'm saying? I would put them in the same ballpark. The one thing the SE has is it has complete control of all the batteries that are available for it. So with the SE, you can put in every battery. With the Mini 2, you kind of can too, but price-wise, right now the Mini 2s are getting older in their lifespan, where the SEs, they're still pumping them out. So the SE is probably the best budget drone there is available, without a doubt. There's actually, James, I'm actually looking for another Mini 2. I buy and sell things quite quickly, but I bought the Spark again. I'm really possibly going to buy a Mini 2 again. The Mini 2 was so good. If I could get a hold of the Autel, the little Autel drone, they're just too expensive. The little Plus, I love that drone. That little Autel thing is just teeny, and it felt like a little plastic toy. You could bring that to a park and everybody would go, oh, that looks cheap. But it's $700. So expensive. So, yeah, Red Mountain. If I buy this thing, this could be the first FPV drone that I'm going to take a manual flight down the Red Mountain. Maybe I'll try it manual and not manual. Maybe I'll do one for safety's sake in full manual, in full sport mode, and then flip it over to manual on the second flight. Okay. So, Autel is pricey. It's so pricey, but they're good. I mean, if you're looking for a drone and you want something different, go get an Autel. Their color science is a little more poppy. I like the video quality. They fly great. Not as DJI has the best control system there is. There's no question about it. DJI has by far the best control characteristics. When you fly, it's just gorgeous. Everything is smooth. It makes sense. You never see a bad video out of a DJI product. Very few. Even, no, I can't think of anything except for the Mini 1 crashing. So, all right. So there it is. I'm not even going to call it what it is. Okay. I'm not going to call it a phallic symbol there. So there's a close up right there. With the fingernails. Oh my Lord. Please, when you have a person do this, have them cut their fingernails or at least paint those nails. Just paint them. Oh my Lord. I'm going to buy that guy a freaking fingernail clipper, I think. But they're clean. He's got clean nails. That's all I can say. All right. I can't help it. Okay, here we go. Goggles. Now, the goggles we kind of already talked about. We've got the amazing strap system. Love it. Love the strap system. So good. So comfortable. Fits nice. Nice balance. No question about it. The Integras were a huge step forward. Crappy battery. But they you like that extreme look there. But we do have a card reader, it looks like, that's inside of the goggles. That does look like a card slot. That's the only thing I can say at this point. And we've got the split nose thing, which is unique. It's a nice solution. DJI always thinks of a good solution to problems. They really do. I see some air management. You see on each side, you've got some air coming through. I'm not going to take my goggles out. they're they could have done a better job with getting air through that. They just that was a big complaint of the goggles, the goggles 2 Pro. Sorry. Yeah, like I said, you see that right down there. You got those air intakes. There's your bottom. And you'll notice that, look at that. You can get a big old schnoz in there. Okay, you got a big old nose, it'll fit in there. Look at how big that nose hole is. Holy crap, he could fit 2 fingers in there. Yep, you got a big old schnoz hole there. So I think you're good. I think, Brent, I think you're good for the schnoz hole. Yes. I'm just looking back at the Red Mountain comment. I'll get you. I'm gonna get the comments popped in. I think I'm thinking about going maybe back to PC for cost reasons. There are so many good laptop deals right now for PCs. I can get an i7 or an i9 with integrated graphics in a small laptop. Oh man, it would be such an easy switch for me to go back to PC. But I am enjoying the Mac right now. This is a M1 Mac, 250 gig, 8. I think this has got a 16 gig RAM on it though, so it does have the updated RAM. But anyway. So there it is. There is the goggles. There's the backside. You can see the air, how that goes through. We don't know how that's going to hit the bridge of your nose at all, if it even does. I think on this one they want the thing to just cut the air, the light out, but the weight is going to be right over the top. And I'm seeing still a safari animal. And then we have those front cameras, which we have no clue what they do. We do not know one thing what those front-facing cameras do. If does that even have them? He could put that on his face right there. Yeah, there are cameras there, and everything we've heard about those cameras. Yeah, Mac is very proprietary, but right now, if I wanna say I wanna do a quick screenshot of a video, bang, I just airdrop it. It goes right to either my watch. So it's got a really nice ecosystem. That's why people like it. But I'm really, really happy with PCs. I could go back to my old PC that's sitting in there. I got an i7 inside that closet right there that will run this monitor without a problem. So, and that thing was way cheap, guys. I can get a laptop now for, guys, just literally dirt cheap. The Dell laptops. So I'm gonna do a little practice. I'm gonna go to Costco and do a little bit of research, and maybe buy it from Costco. Maybe go right from Dell direct. That's what Kai says. Just go to Dell and then buy directly from them. I think I get a little bit of through PayPal. I get a little bit of a credit too if I do that. I get like a 1% to 3% cash back credit from PayPal if I do that. Yeah, the goggle battery swap is a nuisance, and that is for some people an issue that they do not like and would keep them from. I don't think you should buy these if you're not flying DJI just as a priority right now. If you have another system that you're flying, I would stay away from this for just about 6 months. And when the 04 units start coming out and they come out with a budget version of those goggles, say an Integra 2, and they streamline it down, maybe take the funky flip thing, not flip thing, but the funky, maybe people reject that and they go with a more standard goggle. Because, some people like the fat straps and all that. You get all that. and then you could have your own. So maybe they'll do that more for FPVers when the 04 unit comes out with the goggles. You know it's going to be better than the 03. It's going to have a bigger camera, thus better in low light, and on. Okay. So there's a close-up right there. We have no idea. Look at that long fingernail sitting in freaking God. Cut those son of a bitches. Oh, all right. All right. Thank you for showing it to us, though. I appreciate him showing us this video. Yeah. I haven't seen a fingernail like that since Saturday Night Fever. A coke snorting scene. God, you can snort a lot of coke with that big freaking fingernail. Oh, my Lord. Yeah, I agree with the goggle battery. So that's it. That's the end of that video. That really is it. That gives us a lot of information, though. There's a ton of information. You know, we know a lot about what. That's it. So let's go to another. I was going to go. Not really interested in that. Fine. Wonderful. Let's go to this one right here. This is where we'll end it up here. This is the rear-facing sensor array. And because they angled them and put them on fisheye lenses, you have a much larger field of view. So now you can go up at about a 45 degree up and back. And you got also a 45 degree down in front. So it covers a lot of area. And it will cover some of the front. I would say maybe 40 degrees down in front. So that thing really, those are really interesting. It's an interesting way of taking care of two different jobs at the same time. So yeah, you get a rear sense of security. But look at how big those motors are too. That's another thing. Look at how much wider those are. That's a much more efficient motor, but they're still kind of tall. Remember, wider and narrower means more efficient. We were hoping for 6S. We didn't get 6S. 6S is going to give us more punch out. This is going to be much less efficient in a 4S punch out, mode. So if we get the controller 3 connect, in manual, this is going to allow you a little bit more punch out power. Plus you got a little bit more airflow. Now we have a downward facing prop. I don't know about the efficiency, with the props above. Obviously it's going to give them more flight time. And that's probably the reason why they did that. The other reason why the props went up, and this is what we and Kai talked about, was CG, center of gravity. By moving the props up to the center of the gravity of the quad, it is now much more balanced. So this is a much better balanced quad. So let's go and do a quick comparison. So I'm going to just go give you just a camera look. Now you see the CG on this is right here. This is the so this is where the props are. It's top heavy. Okay. The center of gravity is somewhere up here. Okay. Well above the props, and that's not efficient. So what they did was they moved the props from here to here and then dropped the body down into the frame. Now your CG is in the middle. So this one basically was a top heavy bird, but we love it. We love it. Okay. And the new one has a much more efficient center of gravity. So let's go back and forth here. Look at the center of gravity. Look at how high it is. The battery is now sunk into the body. About halfway up the battery, you've got the prop. Okay. And this prop is what? An inch below the body, above the weight. Give a look at the back here. So if you look at that, where those motors are, this thing has a very high center of gravity and a much more narrow. So if you look at it from a sports car point of view, this is going to be much less efficient thus probably decreasing its flight time. So this was a first attempt at building something, but the new one's going to have a much more efficient. Says, I never understood why they call S on the batteries. You mean the cell, which starts with C now? C, wow. So anyway, I just thought that was a very interesting look-see. So your CG is much better on that. So it's going to be better. It's going to be better for a lot of different reasons. And it'll have a quirk or two that is going to be kind of fun. Alrighty, guys, we are now an hour and a half into this stream. I didn't think we were going to go that long, but we did. I appreciate you guys popping in, by the way. Really, hey, let's do we're going to do a little gift right here. Time to gift out some memberships. Is everybody still in the house? Who left the house early? Is everybody still here? Let's move on over to the Giftorama. Okay, I'm going to go here, widen this out a little bit. Okay. And we're going to gift out some memberships for Dad Random right here, free of charge. Doesn't cost you anything. It's a little bit fun. Gives you some few toys to play with. I will of course make it a little bit more fun as we move forward with this membership thing. Like I said, you get it for a certain period of time. It's cool. You'll like it. And I gift out 5 a month, so we'll just keep rolling it. Alrighty. So, yay, Thomas Bag. All right, here we go. Let's gift them out. You guys ready to go? Are we ready to go? Let's see. Spread the word. Gifting out some memberships. Little fun perks. It's fun when you're on a live stream. If you ever been on a Heron stream, I haven't seen a Heron stream in, gosh, a long time. I think I need to get on there just to say hi. I like Ken. I'm not gonna. I like both Kens. I like the Ken Dono and I like Ken Heron. And if I met them both, I'd buy them both dinner. Without a question, I'd pay. I'll pick up the bill. I'll pick up the tab. I have no problem with that. I love to pick up dinner tabs. I'm one of those guys. But I'm not. There was a viral TikTok video that came out with a waitress who says, "Don't be the guy." She hates guys that pick up the tab for their friends, because she says they don't tip. And that's bullshit. I always tip, and I tip appropriately, and sometimes a little bit better than appropriately. So anyway, if I met any of one of you guys and we went out, I would take any one of you guys to dinner, and I would not have any problem picking up the bill. So no problem. I enjoy that. It's one of those things as you get older, you just like. I enjoy treating people, especially people that help me. Like when I was out and when I was with Kai out in Texas, loved that. It was enjoyable. We went out and had lunch and that kind of thing. So I need to get back out there, which I will. All right, here we go. Here's the gift. Ready? Here we go. We are now gifting out 5 memberships. Bang. There we go. Frank Miller in the house. Night Train was gifted. Michael Blade. All right, Michael, you got a gift right there. Donnie, you got a... Where's Donnie at? Where's Donnie in the stream? Did he get... Let's make sure we got Donnie. Was Donnie hiding in the stream? But he got a gift of a membership. Chad, you got a gift too. Thank you very much. Okay. So, anyway, they're randomly picked. So... All right. Appreciate you guys. Doesn't cost you anything. It's a gift of appreciation. You will have access to, when I get the Mario 5, you'll have access to the video before everybody else. Okay? Everybody else will be able to see it. They'll just have to wait a little while. Okay? All right. So appreciate you guys. We're going to end the stream here. And it's that time. But the Avata 2, have I changed my tune? Yeah, I really have. I think I really think that it's something that that we should embrace. Do it at your own pace. I don't think it's something you have to rush into. I really don't. This will be one of those ones where the reviewers that do it will have. Some of them will have some pretty good skills, you know. But until we get these into the hands of us reviewers that really are going to push this thing to some serious, I think Potato Jet will. He's a good FPV pilot. There's some good ones out there. I know we'll get some really good video from what's the Irish couple? Elena and I always forget his name. The one out anyway. I can't think of him right now, but he does some really good videos. He does a nice job showing you what a filmmaker can do with it. So, all right, guys, lurkers. Anyway, appreciate you guys. If you would hit the thumb, I would be greatly appreciated. If you would do that, and we're gonna close things down. All right, it's a little bit of a thanks right there. And have a great weekend. Have a great Easter. I know this is Easter weekend. That's why I got a little bit of pink up there, and a little more. I should have put an Easter egg up in there. But if you do celebrate Easter, happy Easter. If you don't, happy Easter to you too. Okay, it's a good thing. It's kind of like the coming of spring, right? Alrighty, yeah, get some food out there. I mean, I will, guys. It's coming. I will be going outside. We're gonna reopen the no-fly zone. We're going to do some lives out there. Maybe if I get a new computer, we'll start with that. I would like to use this old Mac outside. It would be really good with a outdoor stream. I do have my other PC at school, at work. Could use that one. That one sometimes it works. That's the one I take with me when I go out of town. But all right, we'll take it easy. Appreciate you guys, I really do. And like I said, I need to get some stickers out. And I told you, Kai and I were thinking about getting engravers and going this way. And we can engrave on anything we want. Then we can send out cool stuff and not garbage. I think coasters are great. I got coasters, okay, everywhere. So, all right. Have a good one. Enjoy the weekend. And let's see here. Where is my outro? There it is. We're looking for the outro. Bye. Dad Random. Avata 2. Should you get one? Maybe.